Right, good morning, it's Dave, the UK Prepper Guy. We've had a lot of requests on the group and on YouTube about the allotment update. So we're going to show you where we are at the moment with it, what we're successful with at the moment, and some of the mistakes we made. Because we all make mistakes, so it's a big learning curve for us. So let's go and have a look. First of all, I'm going to do a little pan around so you can kind of see where we are. Last year was so tidy. This year we've given up a lot of path space to actually grow stuff, so there you go. So it's not as beautiful looking as it was, but when we go into it you'll kind of see. Okay, so what we're going to start at the other end, over here. Up this end is the potatoes, looking really good. We leave these until they all die down. We just take what we want and let it do its thing. So yeah, quite a few potatoes there, as you can see, looking healthy, all good, nice flowers on them. Right, next one is like the wife doesn't eat a lot of sort of carbs and stuff like that, so we've got kohlrabi as a thing that she grows. If you don't know what kohlrabi is, I think it's from the parsnip or turnip family. See these bad boys? This is all this up here. So we've got quite a few brassicas up here. I think we've got broccoli at the back and stuff growing there. It's hard to see in this light, but we come here. So, okay, cabbage and broccoli, all brassicas in there. So that's like our little brassica tunnel. So I'm going to go in, see if I can go in and show you in without through the net. So, you can see full of brassicas in there. Okay, next one is the 2 brassica bays that we put here. Not looking too healthy at the moment. Few survived the sun on both sides. Few here, you can see the green, but you can also see some of them have died already. But that's okay because we got loads. So again here, you can see the green here. So these should be alright, but I think we've lost about 30% of them by the look of it. Okay. Now we also have squashes, and I think these are courgettes. I think we put here, yeah, the courgettes. Okay, so we got 3 there, and they grow so big they're going to literally take over this whole space. Okay, so that's that little area from sort of there down to there. Okay, over here we took the radishes out of here, and we're going to plant some more radishes in here. But we have beetroot and some leaves. No, they're both beetroot, sorry, the leaves are gone. So yeah, so beetroot there, been chewed a bit, but that'll be fine. More radishes going in here, this space. This asparagus will be ready next year for us to eat. It's taken a few years, but obviously it goes wild and then it goes down and it starts growing again. So yeah, you might see this on a lot of country paths when you go past farms and that's how it looks. It's kind of like a fennelly type of look. Anyway, right, broad beans, runner beans, we did so well with these last year. Here and here. These will grow right the way up, they'll cover all this. So yeah, so these are only just starting at the moment. What else have we got? Right, courgettes, 1, 2 courgettes. Again, they're going to fill this area if they grow successfully. Now these are amazing. We've already took a lot, which we're going to have for our dinner today. So these are our bush peas. So literally there is hundreds on here, you can literally see. Alright, so these are our bush peas. We've taken a lot already, like I said, but this is like about 6 foot by about 3 foot, and it's chocker with them. Some are not developed yet, some are more developed. We're looking there, I mean you can see them everywhere. Alright, so they're the bush peas. So now we're going to go over to the spring onions and carrots in here. Obviously we've taken loads of spring onions out, as you've seen already, but these are ready to come out, but we're going to take them out as we need them rather than waste them. we've give loads away as well. So here we got the carrots, as you can see, growing in between. I'm not going to rustle them about too much. Okay, and the spring onions there, get right down on there. So spring onions, again, it all needs weeding. This is why I'm up here today. So spring onions with the carrots, because apparently spring onions stop the carrot fly, or they deter it. So that's why we've done it that way. Okay, so again, you can see quite a lot of stuff there. Whew, right, artichoke. Now this is something we don't personally eat and we don't really know what to do with. Okay, so this, I didn't want to get rid of it because it looks really good, and I'm sure in a shit hits the fan situation we could do something with it or look into it. It's something we're looking into at the moment. I know you can eat them, but I mean, I just think it's a very majestic looking plant. I mean, look at that. Just looks awesome, very imposing. Okay, so now we're going to go over to the other side here. Okay, my little pond area that I've done for Litland, with penguins and kangaroos and a skunk. There you go. You never thought you'd see them together. Right, these two bushes here is going to be when I'm going to talk about the fails that we've had, alright? So now we're going to come over here. So here we have squash. These are like a turban squash. Okay, we had loads of these last year and they lasted a year at room temperature, just sat in the kitchen. I think Zoe's still making chutneys out of them now. But yeah, so we got 3 of those here, and obviously we got the corn. Okay, so these are looking healthy over here, so no problems here. The corn, I mean, obviously anyone that knows anything about corn, these look quite healthy. I think a couple at the back have been chewed on a bit, but these will grow up to kind of here, maybe 6 foot like last year. Now, we're going to move over to the fruit bushes. Right, here is a strange mixture that we got in here. We got some sort of raspberry, and we're not sure. We was told it was red currant, but I'm going to see if I can zoom in on that so you can have a look. So there may be the plant next to it. Let's go round, see if I can get a good look at it. Okay, right, so what we have here, I think they're black currants per se. Trying to zoom out, there you go. That's better. So we have 2 bushes of these, and we netted them for the birds. So yeah, so lots of stuff there. Obviously, you know what these are. Ouch, something's just bit me. Raspberries. Lots of them going all the way here. Now, this is something I want to show you as well. Look at these gooseberries. How amazing are they? I might take them up today. Obviously, when you get gooseberries, they need to have a little pinch in them. Right. We have nettle at the back, for obvious reasons. Great medicinal. Rhubarb patch. Big rhubarb patch. We've taken loads of rhubarb out already, but as you can see, it's all good. We're going to go over and have a look. Oh, sorry, I forgot the goji berry. This is another one that takes a long time to grow. Okay, we've had that in there, I think, over a year now. So, nothing as such. So yeah, so there we got the corn. We have got the squash and the goji berries, the black currants, possibly red currants, raspberries, gooseberries. Okay, right, rhubarb. You either love it or hate it. I'm not a great fan of it, to be honest, but we have loads. Again, needs weeding, as you can see. It's just a constant battle to be weeding. So in this corner, just in this corner, we have quite a lot of food. Okay. So we have a little pan around that little bit that we just had a look at. So like I said, we've gone for more of utilising the growing space rather than it looking pretty like we did last year, because we do a lot of preserving and stuff like that. Right, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to have a look in the poly house and the trees. Right, this is the poly house that I built literally a couple of years ago. It's withstood all the storms, and it gets so hot in here. It's hotter than a greenhouse. It's really strange, and this is why we chose to grow what we are in here. I mean, you've seen the greenhouse that we got home. This is like so this is the allotment one, so it's kind of different. Okay, so what we got here is we got different varieties of peppers. We got bell, chili, I think there's some hot ones in there as well. So all these are peppers. As you can see, they're growing nicely. Then obviously we got a tomato stuck in the middle. Cucumber, 2 cucumber plants. I mean, last year we got probably about 10 cucumbers off each plant. So again, and they were beautiful. Tomato plants here. So we also have, we got these strings here. I don't know if you noticed this, but got these strings to help them climb up to the ceiling, because these are kind of like the vine tomatoes. So they get quite tall and they produce a lot of the small, beautiful organic tomatoes. Okay, so this is what we're growing the hot stuff in here that needs the heat. Okay, so that's that. Have a little look round. Okay, now we're going to move over to here. Right, this area we wanted all wild flowers and stuff like that around here, which you can see. We'll have a look at. We got a pear tree here. We got an apple tree here. There you go. We got an apple tree here and a plum tree here. Again, at the end, I'm going to talk about the mistakes that were made here. So, on things that are out of our control. Right, down here we got another pot of strawberries. Okay, which there's some nice ones on there. Can have a look, see if I can get under without getting bitten by anything, because they like to bite. There's lots of bitey things up in allotment. There we go, I'm in. So some nice strawberries there at the moment. Got a couple round, because again, you've seen the ones at home. So these are there. Now, I haven't got a clue about these flowers, but they're obviously very pretty. And the wife's planted all these, so it's like I'm not sure what they are, so don't quote me. We got lots of wild flowers and herbs and all sorts of stuff here. Okay, so have a look over there. Right, here is a very messy strawberry patch, which is left wild, really. So yeah, so we do get a few out of there. A few get eaten, but this is why we've kept the ones in the pots and the ones at home. Okay, we have some parsley here, which is going to seed by the look of it. And we got our apple tree. Okay, so basically, when we took the plot, the apple tree had a lot of scab on it. So we've treated it, and hopefully it will come good. We have 2 varieties of apple on here. Even though they look the same at the moment. Let's see if I can get round there. Okay, so these are more like a Granny Smith's type apple. And these are more like a Cox's type thing. So these are really light green, and these are kind of like a reddy green. So, okay, so let's go and have a look over there. Whoa! Again, lots of weeding to do. So this is the area, okay, where we have the 3 fruit trees, the wildflowers, the wild strawberries. Parsley usually grows up here, but it's not this year, which again I'll talk about in the mistakes that were made. So let's just have a little pan around, and then I'm going to show you where we made our mistakes. You can see it's a beautiful day. That was pretty much the allotment of the stuff that's going well. Okay, so now I'm going to go around and show you the mistakes we made, or the things that we couldn't control, like nature and stuff like that, how it's affected us. Right, first of all, we're going to take a look at these brassicas, right? As I said before in the video, some of these are looking healthy, like here, and if you can see right at the end, but we have lost a few that are literally just wilted away. You can see here, I'm going to try and zoom in on that through the net. Nothing. Okay, and it will happen. This was the heat and the changing weather and stuff like that. It just seems to have affected it. And the same with these. Now this one obviously is all good, but this was kind of like something we couldn't really control, which was the weather. Okay, where am I? The next thing I want to talk about is these bushes here. These bushes here were gooseberry bushes. Okay, both gooseberries. What happened was we did not net this in time. So we was a bit behind the times in netting it. The birds, there was like literally dozens and dozens of them. I remember them, and they weren't quite developed yet. The birds have eaten them all. So there you go. So that's that. Right, the other couple of mistakes we've made, or things that we couldn't control, was the pear tree. As you can see, no pears, no blossom, no nothing. And the same with the plum tree. Sometimes this happens where they give themselves a rest, and but when we had those big winds, like I'm not sure where it was, a few months ago, 6 months ago, whatever, all the blossom on the pear tree and the plum tree went. It got blew away. So there is no fruit this year of these two. Okay, so that was something we couldn't control, and maybe we're going to look into how we can deal with that in the future if it does happen again. Yeah, so that was a couple of things that happened that were quite big for us, because like we make a lot of fruit leather and preserve the fruit quite a lot, so we've had to kind of like boost up on the strawberries and the berries, and I think Zoe's growing some melon as well, so hopefully there you go. So unfortunately we've lost about 200 plums and about 100 pears, so such is life. It's all a learning curve, you know. Strawberries, this strawberry patch here was again another mistake. We planted them on the ground. They're so hard to get into, to weed, so they're pretty much food for the local wildlife, to be honest. But we managed to get a couple out there that are not untouched, but again that was a mistake. Okay, the parsley was growing, but like we didn't really take it, so it seems like it's going to seed. Again, nothing, we don't really know that much about it, so there you go. So we got strawberries here, they're spreading everywhere, this is the problem. So we're going to take this area and sort this out. Right, up in the last thing I want to talk about is the broccoli at the back. Right, see here, well, the brassicas, how this went to flower is really weird. So we're hoping that everything else in here is safe, because it's really weird, because that went straight from seed to plant to flower. So maybe it's just a dodgy one. And everything pretty much that we grow on here is organic, pretty much everything, and they're taken from heirloom seeds, heritage seeds, or seeds of the stuff that we've grown the previous year. Okay, so basically they were the mistakes we made. I can't think of any more. I'm sure there are some, but there you go. So this is the allotment progress at the moment. You can see, as before, we had a lot of stuff going on at home, and we still have, so it's like a non-stop thing. But we have, I'll just show you quickly, this bay here, which is just like weeds and mud and stuff now, this was where the garlic and onions were. So literally we had onions there, garlic there, and as you've seen in previous videos or on the groups, they're drying out in the greenhouse at home. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so that was a quick tour of the allotment and how we're doing and what's going on, and a few of the mistakes we made. We are going to keep planting. We'll give you another update in a few weeks once things start piping up a bit, and hopefully we'll be able to see the squashes and the courgettes start to produce. So yeah, so that was it. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you don't. Lots coming up, but there you go. It's been emotional. Have a good day.